Roquan, did you drop a little weight for Flus? He's talking about being fast and flying all over the place. Is that something that they asked you to do?
I don't think weight is a big thing because, hey, if you look at the numbers and look at what I do, I'm fast regardless of the weight. But definitely try to keep my weight down, like just being a pro at the end of the day. But no, I haven't had any talks about weight.
What are your first impressions of this defensive system?
Speed, honestly, like speed, run to the ball, make plays and let the playmakers make plays and everybody just run, hustle, and celebrate at the end.
Coach Eberflus has talked a lot about takeaways and finding ways to manufacture those through effort. How do you, as a team leader, become sort of a vehicle to get that message across to the group at large?
I think it starts with, coming from the coaches, so understanding their message and then, getting it out to my teammates, my brothers, and doing whatever we can to take that message through. So I think it won't be easy, but it'll be worth it at the end, and we're all, preparing ourselves for it and willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done.
Roquan, you're obviously elite at your position in the league, and Darius Leonard is also elite at what he does at the position. Have you talked to him at all about Flus and this sort of new regime, Allen coming over here and maybe have a similar, hits mentality?
Not really, honestly, because it's kind of hard to ask someone for perspective about a defense that they played in their entire career, and opposed to me, like I played in a different defense. But so it's kind of he wouldn't know like the changes from the defense that I was in to this one. So I think it's great. I watched a lot of film on him that the defense is transferring over, but no, I don't really ask him too many questions about that.
What are some of the differences you noticed playing under a defensive-minded head coach?
I'm sorry.
What are some of the differences you've noticed just from playing under a defensive-minded head coach?
I love playing for defensive-minded head coach. Really, it don't matter, but like just knowing that defense is his not priority because he's a head coach, but defense is like his background, and being able to know that he's gonna put a lot into it and pay attention to it and get the best out of his defensive players week in and week out. So I think that's big. Know that eyes are on you more intensely.
Roquan, how did you find out about the trade of Mack, and what was your reaction to that?
At the end of the day, this is all a business. So I can't remember how I found out about it, but hey, it sucks, seeing one of your guys go, one of the leaders. But hey, life goes on. I know he's gonna do well out there in LA. A healthy Mack is a damn good player, as we all know. So I got a lot of respect for him. I learned a lot from him, and I appreciate him, and I still keep in contact with him. So I'm happy for him.
Roquan, beyond your thoughts.
Do you playing the will position like Darius Leonard does?
I can play any position, so what I'm playing. We'll let the coaches decide that.
Roquan, we keep going to Darius Leonard. He's also the highest paid linebacker in football. I know your contract's your personal
Business, but you understand, I think that people are curious if you're going to be a Bear. Any thoughts about your contract, and can you tell us, have you hired an agent? Do you have an agent? Or?
I think, like you said, it's personal at the end of the day, so all of that business is just more so my business and upstairs, and I'm confident that we'll get everything taken care of.
How do you manage it as a player representing yourself? Like, how do you learn about, I guess, the business part, the agent part, stuff that the agent would typically do? How do you take that on as a player?
Oh, that's so nice of you with that question he just asked. But like I said, it's all personal at the end of the day, and that's just what I'm focused on. My main focus is out there on the field and doing what I have to do to get better and bond better with my boys.
Do you envision yourself here long term? When you think about your career, do you want to be here and expect to be here?
Very well. Absolutely. Yeah, that's my plan.
Roquan, how does this defense allow you to reach yet another level? Do you anticipate that? Is there an excitement about that, about this defense maybe even allowing you to be even better than you've been and kind of break through to that, to that next level?
Absolutely. I think it'll be great. Just more opportunities to make some plays. So I think that'll be big, even though I was making plays before. But I think it's just going to be sweet and everybody just running to the ball. And, it's just more so about everyone having fun, not just me having fun and having, a breakthrough season, because I know what I can do. And everyone, if they watch the game, know what I can do. So things don't change overnight. So that's how.
Does making more plays include sacks in addition to takeaways? Is that something that seems like something you've always liked to do?
I'd rather a dub at the end of the day, so I would rather get the win as opposed to sacks, tackles, and things like that. But that's all going to come. Like, regardless of what defense I played in, you can look at the numbers. I make plays, so I'm excited about the new defense, and I'm excited to work with these guys.
Roquan, is there a big difference between Will and Mike in this defense and inside linebacker in the old defense? Is there a major difference between them?
Yeah, it's a different defense. So,
No, but in terms of how you play it?
well, there's definitely different calls and things of that nature. So it's gonna make you play something a little different as opposed to how things were before. But at the end of the day, it's still an opportunity to get out there and make some plays, and that's what I'm more excited about.
On the question of, forget whether or not you've hired an agent now. We know that at times you've been handling your own business. Has that been challenging? Has that been a hassle for you at all? Have you had to deal with things that were new to you, and being your own agent, basically?
I think at the end of the day, like I said, all those things are personal, and when everything was going on the way it was going on, you just have to. That's just part of being a pro at the end of the day, and just accepting responsibility that you put upon yourself. So that's how I view that, and that's how I'm taking it. Yourself.
What have your initial impressions been with Nicholas Morrow coming into the team and playing next to you?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm excited, guy. He's a country boy from Alabama, even though I'm from Georgia, so close by, and, down-to-earth type of guy, really good dude, has some great morals. So I'm excited, really smart as well. I love his communication, so it's great having a guy like that, and the guy can run as well from what I've seen on film.
How does it work during the off-season as far as that communication factor? I mean, when you're not, you guys are just going to be getting on the field today doing offense and defense together. Like, as linebackers, how do you hone that stuff? Does that come in meeting rooms? Is that just like during workouts?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of a lot of things. I think it comes from meeting rooms, having Coach Dave, he does a great job with us, and William Allen as well when he comes through. So, and then out on the practice field as well, doing walkthroughs and things like that, being able to talk and have that open communication with each other about how we see different things, because obviously he's played in a different system his entire career like me, so we may see things a little different. So it's great just to be able to collab on those things and make each other better.
Roquan, back in 2018, you were the rookie surrounded by a bunch of guys who had either been here on this team for a while or veteran players in this league, and now you're kind of one of the key veterans and around a lot of new coaches and players on defenses. How different does this feel, and from your perspective, does anything change?
Not at all. At the end of the day, my job is to go out there, make plays, be the best leader I can for this team, and put it all on the line every single time. So that was my goal back in 2018, and that's still my goal now. Just a little more eyes are on you as you're considered like a leader, or OG in a sense.
Roquan, it's a voluntary. Going back to Coach Eberflus, what stands out to you about his coaching style and kind of how he operates on a daily basis?
I would say from the little I know about coaching from the time we've had, guy, intense, not going to say a lot, but I know as far as like what he expects from you at practice is, high intensity, running, being physical, and just doing whatever it takes to get the job done.
Roquan, it's a voluntary mini camp. Why is it important for you to be here?
At the end of the day, and I'll always be this way, I'm me. I stand for what I believe in, and my job and what I believe in is showing up and doing what I have to do. I don't focus on others or anything like that. I just know what I signed up for.
When you're as good as you've been at a young age, how do you get better? Is there something in particular that you are focusing on to not just lean on what you've done, but to be better than you've been?
Yeah, there's always room for improvement, and I think it's just not being complacent and being able to work on different things. So say if my pass coverage is good, there's still little things I can get better at. Say my block protection, learning different new techniques with that. So I think it's just a combination of a lot of things, reading, route recognition. I think there's a variety of things that I can get better at and I can continually prove at throughout this camp and so on and so forth.
Go ahead. Do you have any goals for this season? I know it's early, but I mean, you've always been kind of on the cusp of that, all-pro level or whatever, best linebackers. Do you have any goals individually for this year?
I was all-pro 2 years, but yeah. So is that on the cuffs? But no, my goal is to be the best linebacker in the league and best leader I can be for this team. And I think if I do that, I'll put us in a great situation, be a very good defense.
Roquan, what's the best city you visited this offseason?
Yes. Oh, nice. Maybe it was somewhere in Switzerland. Maybe it was like this resort over in it was in Luzerne, I think, Bergenstock Resort. It's pretty crazy. I didn't stay to stay in the hotel there is like pretty expensive. You can look it up, but I didn't stay there. I just went there, got my little day pass. But it was like pretty nice, overlooking the Alps and everything like that. So it was pretty sweet. Pardon?
The resort.
What did I do at the resort? Just went there and visit for like, I had a 4-hour pass. Maybe you should try. It was only $170. Yeah, for a 4-hour pass. So it was pretty dope.
If you get a new deal, will you be able to stay at that resort?
I think so. Maybe I'll be able to get all of you guys to stay too.
Roquan, how do you view the big picture opportunity here? Not just this season, but they're resetting the defense. It's going a completely new direction, and you're really going to be the guy that needs to lead that.
Yeah, and I think that's a heck of an opportunity to have. Obviously resetting things are starting over fresh, new faces, new regime. So I think it's a great opportunity to be like the face, of the new regime and doing whatever it takes to make this, the best regime in Bears history. That's my plan.
Yeah.